A local nonprofit organization is committed to enhancing the lives of those affected by advancing age or illness. Through their comprehensive system of healthcare choices, they deliver expert care and heartfelt support to guide the local communities. We will talk about the Bethany Center next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Lauren Lingell, and joining me in studio, we have Adam Stanfield, who is the Executive Director of Chapters Health in Polk County, or at large?
Well, at large, but in the local community knows us as Good Shepherd Hospice.
Okay.
Yeah, so we fundraise on behalf of Chapters Health System, which in Polk, Highland, and Hardy counties is Good Shepherd Hospice, which is an awesome place.
And you're still relatively new to the organization.
About a year and a half.
Okay, so
yeah,
not
but it
so
feels
new,
like
but
there's been a lot of stuff going on, so it feels like a long time, a lot of great stuff, and we appreciate the opportunity to share some of that today.
Certainly, the moving and shaking is what keeps everything new, fresh, and expanding.
We love the moving and shaking, yeah.
And you have some really cool news that you're going to share with us.
Yeah.
But before you do that, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Bethany Center and how it came to be?
Sure. Well, the one thing that is out there, Chapters Health System, through Good Shepherd Hospice, is a hospice organization whose core services are hospice. But we are expanding to palliative care and home health. And I say all that because hospice is a way misunderstood industry. A lot of people think that hospice is the place where individuals go to pass, which is true. But what they don't understand is the fact that there are surviving family members that that remain after a loved one does pass. And this is where our bereavement side of things comes into play, i.e. the Bethany Center. And it's really, really a great service for those out there in the community that have lost a loved one before. It's a thing that is tough to deal with, and no more so for a child. And the Bethany Center is actually a grief center. It's in Auburndale right now, and it has its origins in Lakeland Regional Medical Center, so a great community asset. It was created in the spirit of Beth Ann Traviesa, who was a young mother having 3 children, and she was dealing with a terminal illness. And her interest was, what's going to happen to my children? Because there was no real defined facility here in the local community that was dealing with a child's ability to grasp or contend with the loss of a parent. So Beth Ann had a friend by the name of Fran Munson. And what she did is she arranged for meetings and group sessions of concerned individuals, to do these counseling sessions from private homes. And as that became known and more known, then the interest grew. And then ultimately what happened was the Bethany Center formed inside of Lakeland Regional. And that was 1994, and then back in 2001, Allison Moskowitz, who was with Good Shepherd Hospice at the time, approached Lakeland Regional about a collaboration between us, because we deal with grief, we deal with bereavement. Chapters as a whole will touch 20,000 lives across our platform that have experienced loss, which is amazing when you think about it. So anyway, long story short, the Good Shepherd Hospice took on the Bethany Center, and they put it in a home right off of Lake Morton, a small home, 1,500 square foot, where they had these sessions. And again, it just continued to grow, and we quickly outgrew that facility. So this was before the Lakeland House, Good Shepherd Lakeland House was here, and the decision was made to move it to Auburndale, where we built out a wing, we did some really, really great stuff, and began servicing the community out of there. And it's resided there for the longest time until now.
And part of the reason why that is, Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the research you did?
Sure. Well, again, the Bethany Center was, I think, really all designed to be housed here in Lakeland. Clearly, it was with Lakeland Regional Medical Center. So Ms. Munson, through her continued effort to keep it in front of the decision makers within chapters. We have a new CEO, Andrew Molosky. I'm new to the foundation. So we've began having these conversations about what would it take to bring the Bethany Center back to Lakeland. And again, long story short, we were able to get that approved. We know what that looks like. And we have already cultivated some key members of the Lakeland community to be involved, of which one is Phil Wegman. He was going to be here, with us today, but unfortunately had a conflict. But he has been instrumental in helping champion this effort to bring Bethany Center back home to Lakeland. And we're currently in the process of finalizing what our floor plan looks like. We're getting ready to have conversations with Rada Construction. So again, the stars are aligning, and it's looking really, really promising that this is going to happen sooner rather than not. So we're very excited about that.
That is very exciting. So right now, the center is in Auburndale.
Yes.
And I understand that you're still developing sort of the plan for the service model and things like that, but it doesn't sound like the Auburndale community is going to be out of luck with these services.
No, not at all. The Bethany Center as it stands right now will service anywhere between 450 to 600 children. Now it also sees individual or adults. So again, it's a large population that's out there, but what's interesting is about 50% of that population is here from Lakeland. So again, it just really professes the need for a facility like this to be available for the Lakeland residents. Because logistics are difficult, travel time and things like that. Our intent is to bring that service here to service the local community, children and adults through individual counseling sessions, group counseling sessions. We have a variety of ways to contend with bereavement and grief. We have a playroom that's part of that. We have a hurricane room, which is really for a child just to go in and just let it all hang out. We have an art room. Art therapy is becoming a really, really great way for children and adults to channel what they're experiencing through an art form. And again, it's just really, really a wonderful concept that we're excited to bring back to Lakeland.
One of the really fun sounding rooms that you mentioned was the rooms that are all dark with plexiglass over the walls that the kids get to.
That would be called a grief cave.
Okay, that's a grief cave.
And it's a really, really cool concept, and the kids absolutely love it. You walk in there, picture this studio just with blackened walls with plexiglass over top of it. And the children are allowed to go into the room, encouraged to go into the room, and write messages to the individual that they've lost. And they do so in fluorescent ink. And then what happens is when you turn the black light on, it just really pops and it makes some real compelling stories, and the messages that come from these children is just exceptional. So that's always a place that people, when we do tours, that people resonate in, just because it's a novel concept and just a very, very exciting thing to see. And one of the things that we're attempting to do is, because we have so much interest on behalf of like a Phil Wegman and Rada, is to really make this a state-of-the-art facility. So our foundation is actually going to fund this project. And hopefully in December, we'll be coming out with an announcement about how the community can get involved and just participate in something that's going to be really special for Lakeland.
And you have a group of, I think, charitable givers. What's the name of the group?
You're referring to our Hospice Women of Giving.
Yes, that's it.
Our Hospice Women of Giving is the brainchild, or one of our founding members is Cindy Sternlick, a locally well-known individual here. And we have individuals like Lou Fitzwater, and I just can't name them all, but I mean, they are embracing the hospice mission. They are absolutely embracing the Children's Grief Initiative. They're very involved as a group in our Camp Braveheart. We were talking about that beforehand. The send-off, which is up in Auburndale, the Auburndale Fire Department comes out and does a really, really great job for us. but their focus is on the children, and what better way for a community to rally behind than a Hospice Women of Giving program. So they've committed their interest in helping us succeed, so now we just need to put some final checks in the boxes and we're ready to go.
Absolutely. So I mean, that sounds fantastic. So it's just a matter of how we can get folks to help out and contribute, and you guys putting the finishing touches on the plans.
It's going to be really special.
I'm looking forward to hear more about it, and I wish you the best with it, and I think it's a great concept.
Again, thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. The Bethany Center of Good Shepherd Hospice was founded in 1994 by friends of Beth Ann Treviesa, who was dying of cancer and concerned for her 3 young children who were attempting to cope with her illness and impending death. She wanted them to have a safe place to share their feelings and receive support after her death. Following through with her request, Beth's friend organized meetings with counselors and grief families in private homes initially and named it the Bethany Center. The need was so great that the center later moved to Lakeland Regional Medical Center. For more information on the Bethany Center of Good Shepherd Hospice, you can give them a call at 813-871-8141, or you can look them up on the web at www.chaptershealth.org.